Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, and welcome to all of you who are joining us today for our online service. I am Barbara Dinklespiel, a member of the Enmanji Buddhist Temple, and am chairperson of today's monthly Shotsukihoyo service and our Eitaikyo perpetual memorial observance. I will begin reading those names of the Enmanji Shotsukihoyo honorees for the month of October. Teruichi Arishita, Tsuya Fujihara, Michio Fujimoto, Jeo Itsuno, Eka Kimura, Ki Kimura, Soichi Kobayashi, Tomotaro Kobuke, Usa Matsuda, Chisa Nakagawa, Emi Nishikawa, Taneko Noguchi, Seiji Okura, Seiichi Onishi, Shotaro Otani, Haruye Otani, Jintaro Tom Shimazu, Helen Kim, Isako Yoshimura, Henry Arishita, Genichi Sugioka, Suematsu Ushino, Hisakichi Yamamoto, Ikihachi Yasuda, Kiku Yonemura, Ted Tetsuo Namba, Katsuzo Matoba, Hiromu John Nakagawa, Satoru Jack Otani, Raymond Morita, Henry Hamamoto, Sadaka Fujita, Dorothy Masako Ono, Masako Matsumoto, Ken Akutagawa, Haruo Tsujihara, Masaji Tsujihara, Marlon Shimizu, Wilder Bentley, Alice Shimazu, and Sakae Curly Ishii. Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu. And now a musical interlude by Kevin Yomamura. It is a pleasure to welcome Reverend Kiyonobu Kuwahara, a friendly face recognized from the Berkeley Buddhist Temple. He will deliver today's Dharma message. Reverend Kuwahara will begin with Shi Shin Rai, which is taking refuge in the three treasures. This will be followed by the chanting of today's sutra, Amida Kyo. Reverend Kuwahara.
Namandavts, 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 namandavts. Namo 一時仏在社会国技術機購読音陽大美空主1250人区海税大あらかん主承知し長老舎利発マカ目見連マカカ書マカカ千年マカクチラリハタシュリハンダガナンダアナンダラゴラキョボンハダインズルハラダカルダイマカコヒンナアクラアヌルダニョゼト初代弟子病床菩薩マカサツモンジュシリホージアイタボサケンダカダイボサ上昇人ボサヨニョゼ初代菩薩牛釈大観陰頭無料商店大衆二次仏語長老舎利発十税裁法下十万の区仏度右世界明圧極楽合同右仏語阿弥本現在説法舎利発非道が公明意極楽合国修無宿単樹昇楽公明極楽舎利極楽国道七十乱十七十羅網七十五十改税し宗相異尿税公非国明圧極楽舎利発極楽国土牛ポチ白毒水十万五中地帯十本社富士四辺街道金言ルリハリ五条上ウロ薬位金言ルリハリ社交釈州名の人言直視地中蓮華大尿車輪小式小公大式を釈式釈光白式白光未明高血舎利発極楽国道上重尿税空毒症ウシャリホン非仏国道上佐天学黄金一昼夜六時二右曼荼羅家合国宗上位昇丹各位英国上州妙家空用他法事十万の区仏即位直地現東本国凡時期協業舎利本国楽国道上重尿空毒将軍武士舎利本非国上修樹奇妙雑式し白光空弱オウム舎利下領便が愚妙市長税商州昼夜六時水和下音合音延長合根合力七宝大分八正道分尿税東方合同修上門税を開始年仏年法年相舎利本尿網医市長実税財法少々小医者異仏国道無三幕宗舎利本合仏国道小無三幕道師野教宇実税小州長改税阿弥陀仏抑量法温泉流変化書舎利本非仏国道未風水道小法50牛法ら水味明音非尿百戦十学同時空差門税王者開示年念仏年法年相死神舎利発合仏国道上重尿税空毒将軍舎利発法尿意運が非仏が皇后阿弥陀舎利発非仏公明無料生実法無償証下税皇后意阿弥陀右舎利発非仏寿命牛五人無料無変阿葬儀公公明阿弥陀舎利発阿弥陀仏成仏に王根実行右舎利発非仏無料無変正門でかやらかん非税三十四小の地消防殺収薬部尿税舎利発非仏国道上重尿税空毒症右舎利発極楽国道修上少者改税阿弥バチ合中他右一生不 ご主人多比税30章の知識単価無料無変阿蘇義公摂者利発主上文者応答図願願消費消費者が特用尿税症状前人空営一生者利不可以小前言福徳因縁消毒被告者利発脈前難死前四門説阿弥陀仏修持名号約一日約二日約三日約四日約五日約六日約七日一心不乱言輪輪明十字阿弥陀仏要所修上法現在税人修持神父天道即徳往生阿弥陀仏極楽国土舍利発が経税公摂氏言脈修上門税摂者応答図願消費国土舍利発尿が根山sada阿弥陀仏不可思議空逃亡薬足首仏修味創仏大修味仏修味公妙音仏尿税等合が社修小仏各王合国水行上絶遠風三千大先生解説上実言尿等修上等身税少不可思議空毒一切小仏小五年シャーリー発南方正解有日合当仏妙門公仏大円見仏修味当仏無料精進尿税等合が社修小仏各王合国水行上絶相偏布三千大先生解説上実言尿等修上等身税少不可思議空毒一切小仏小五年行シャーリー大法正解無料重仏無料創仏無料動物大好物大名物発想物上皇尿税等合が社修小仏各王合国水行上絶相偏風三千大先生説上実言尿等修上等身税小三不可思議空毒一切小仏小五年シャーリー発北方正解有縁見物最小音仏南小仏日小仏毛明仏尿税合が社修小仏各王合国水行上絶相偏風三千大先生説上実言尿等修上等身税小三不可思議空毒一切小仏小五年シャーリー発芸法正解有志士妙門仏妙高仏脱魔仏報道仏自法仏尿税等合が社小仏各王合国水行上絶相偏風三千大先生説上実言尿等修上等身税小三不可思議空毒一切小仏小五年行シャーリー発情報正風盆論仏宿道仏工場仏高校仏大円見仏雑式法系言神サラ十王仏法系特仏見一切義仏尿修味千仏尿税等合が社小仏各王合国水行上絶相偏風三千大先生説上実言尿等修上等身税小三不可思議空毒一切小仏小五年シャーリー発王尿意運河学校妙意一切小仏小五年行シャーリー発脈前南市前四門税小仏小説妙偶行妙社税小前南市前四人会議一切小仏偶小五海徳風大天王アーノクターラ山脈三宝大税公シャーリー尿等海東真珠ガーゴ牛小仏小摂シャーリー発脈院異発願根発願東発願翼小阿弥陀仏国者税小人海徳風大天王アーノクターラ山脈三宝大王妃国土脈異小脈根性脈東税公シャーリー発小前南市前陽人脈信者応答発願消費国土シャーリー発尿が根者小三小仏不可思議空非小仏と薬小説が不可思議空毒に左前釈迦牟尼仏の異人南慶右師寺のシャーバー国土豪辱悪世 公辱、権辱、煩悩辱、修正辱、明辱、中徳、阿禄、タラ、三脈、三宝、二小、修正、節税、一切、政権、南進、司法、シャーリ、統治、ガオ、豪辱、悪性、行使、南寺、徳、阿禄、タラ、三脈、三宝、大意、一切、政、摂氏、南進、司法、税、人、南仏、摂氏、教義、シャーリ、発牛、勝美、一切、政権、天人、アシュラ、等、文部、諸説、寛義、真珠、サライに、こう、仏説、阿弥陀経。
And now we'll have the Dharma message by Reverend Kuwahara.
Namanda, 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 Namanda. Good morning, everyone. Thank you very much for today's service, October Shotsuki, and then also Eitaikyo service. Am I correct? Okay, so before I start my message, I'd like to read a passage from Amida Sutra. Okay, so if you can, please put your palms together in Kansho. Chairperson, why is that land called perfect bliss? It is because the people of that land experience no suffering. Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu, Naman Butsu, Naman Butsu, Naman Butsu. Again, thank you very much for attending today's service. My name is Kiyonobu Kuwahara. I'm from Berkeley Buddhist Temple. So I'd like to say thank you to all of you who gave me this great, precious opportunity to share the Dharma. So it's October Shotsuki service today. So today I'm going to use a PowerPoint slide, along with my message. So let me share the screen. Okay. hope you can see the Shotsuki monthly memorial service on the screen now. So it's a Shotsuki service. So family members, friends, we gather here today to remember and then to send our thoughts or love, compassion to the deceased or our loved ones who passed away before us. But from Jodo Shinshu perspective, we're not just sending our thoughts to our loved ones, but at the same time, they also think of us, right? They also are sending thoughts to us. And then, according to the teaching of Jodo Shinshu Buddhism, once we end our life in this world, we attain birth in the Buddha's land, in Amida Buddha's land, Pure Land. And then they become Buddha, enlightened one. So now our loved one who passed away before us, they are in the Pure Land. And then they think of us. They give a guidance to us from the Pure Land, from the realm of Nirvana. So Shotsuki service, of course, it's important. We remember, our loved ones. But at the same time, we should realize or be reminded of the kind of love, compassion, embracement, or guidance, thoughts from them. So that is a kind of importance of conducting a monthly memorial, Shotsuki monthly memorial service. And then what kind of, especially guidance, now they are Buddha. And then we living in this, samsara, saha world, we are receiving a guidance, from them, from the Pure Land. What kind of guidance do we receive from them? So this place, temple, your temple Enmanji, is a place where you listen to the guidance. What kind of guidance, embracement you receive from them, right? So this is the main place you can receive the guidance from the Pure Land. Of course, temple is important socially. I as a minister, temple minister, I enjoy social aspect of temple, right? With temple members or people in the community. But more importantly, as a Jodo Shinshu minister, I would say this is spiritually very, very important place, right? So that's why, like Issei, first generation, right? They had a kind of difficult life, but they donated a lot. They made every effort to build or to support, maintain this place, your temple. So they knew the importance of the Dharma. They knew how important this place for receiving the guidance from the Pure Land or from the Buddha. So, this building, physically we have a building, but at the same time, it is important to realize or to see the kind of spirit of those founders, how much they appreciated, cherished the Dharma guidance from the Buddha. So today, we are also conducting an Eitaikyo service, right? Eitaikyo service. So this is a very important occasion service for what? So Eitaikyo is kind of to re-acknowledge the importance of this place, our temple, right? Why we need a temple, right? And then also to reaffirm our support. So that is the meaning of Eitaikyo service, right? So in other words, right, each of us should know what do we receive, right? What do we receive at this temple, right? What do you get from the guidance, this teaching of Jodo Shinshu Buddhism. So, speaking of Jodo Shinshu Buddhism, there are many different teachings, and then we receive lots of guidance, and then many benefits, spiritual benefits from this teaching. So let me talk about one of them using this. Now you see 2 lines on the screen, right? So let me test your eyes. So you see red lines, right, at the middle. And then which red line is longer? Which red line looks longer to your eyes? Maybe some people think, maybe the upper one, it's longer. Or maybe some people say, maybe the bottom one is longer. The answer is, it's the same. To our eyes, the upper red line looks longer, but they are the same length. So in our everyday lives, we use our eyes, we use our ears, nose, and then we get the information, right? And then we kind of measure and then judge, discern things or people around us. So in that sense, we carry, you see the picture there, this kind of ruler or maybe scale in our everyday life to measure things, people around us. The question, let me ask, what if, our a scale or ruler within ourselves, they are not accurate, they are not wrong. What happens? So now you see a paper, ruler there, like this. Yeah. I made this, myself. Yeah. And then you see this is not so accurate, right? The length is different, and then even 6 is missing, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, 9, 10, right? So maybe this is a kind of one we carry in our everyday life. And then using this kind of thing, we measure or judge or discern things, people around us. So since our judgment, our measurement, our discernment is based on this wrong thing, wrong scale or ruler. So of course, our judgment, our discernment, our measurement should be wrong or not accurate either, right? But in many cases, we say, I'm right, you are wrong. Right? You should change. You should fix yourself. Right? So most of us don't question, right? Ruler or scale within ourselves. So that's why there are so many conflicts, fights, confrontations all over the world, and we are bothered. And then, especially, I feel really sorry for the current situation of the U.S. So many kind of conflict, tension here and there. So one of the lessons or guidance that we receive from the Pure Land or Nirvana, realm of Nirvana, is to check or question such a scale or ruler within ourselves before accusing or criticizing other people. So today, we chant the Amida Sutra. Maybe most of you first time to join this sutra chanting. I know some people feel, it's long, It's about 12-minute long sutra chanting, much longer than the Juseige and the Sambutsuge, which you're familiar with, which you chant in regular services. But Amida Sutra, Amida Kyo, is commonly used for memorial service and Eitaikyo in Japan. So that's why I kind of tried something new. And then this Amida Sutra talks about Amida Buddha's land. Explains Amida Buddha's Pure Land in detail. And then this is a passage from Amida Sutra. Shariputra, why is that land called perfect bliss, which is a pure land? It is because the people of that land experience no suffering. So here, Amida Buddha's land, which we usually call pure, also called pure land. Here it is called perfect bliss, perfect bliss. So, when we hear the word perfect bliss, it sounds like, oh, that land, full of kind of fun or kind of enjoyment or pleasure, right? So maybe we associate perfect bliss or, something, those kind of fun, enjoyment, pleasure kind of thing, more like a physical kind of thing. But I would like to point out another perspective or interpretation to look at this word perfect bliss. What does it mean? So what is the theme, main goal of Buddhism? Right? Why Shakyamuni Buddha, the founder of Buddhism, he started his spiritual quest? Right? So he encountered like a young Gautama Siddhartha who was a prince of a kingdom. One day he encountered the reality of human existence, right? Getting sick, getting old, and then death. Right? So we humans have a kind of inseparable suffering. Right? And then he started his spiritual quest because he wanted to find the solution or ways to deal with those inseparable suffering. So the main theme of Buddhism, some people say happiness, but I would say the main theme of Buddhism is to discover the way how to deal with suffering that I have to, inseparably encounter in your life. So suffering is the main theme of Buddhism. And then from that perspective, let's look at this perfect bliss. What does it mean? Right? So once we attain birth in Buddha's land, where it is called perfect bliss, right? So we become Buddha, enlightened one. That means we carry no ego. We carry no prejudice, no bias anymore, right? Beings in the Pure Land, they are free from ego, prejudice, bias, etc., etc. So that's why no suffering. Beings, people in the Pure Land have no suffering because they have no cause of suffering or conflict there. So that is the idea of perfect bliss. Right? Perfect bliss. Because they experience no suffering. No longer experience suffering in that land. So that's why no suffering. So that's why perfect bliss. And then another expression, pure land. Amida Buddha's land is called pure land. Why? Again, so beings or things free from suffering, prejudice, bias, or maybe greed, anger, stupidity, which are called three poisons in the Buddhism. They are totally, completely free from those things. So that's why pure land means there is no impurity in that land. So that's why land of purity or pure land is Buddha's land. So everything is connected to the kind of solution of suffering. Then Amida Buddha kind of questioning or asking, how about our everyday life? Right? In contrast to the Buddha's land, the ultimate bliss, pure land. How about our everyday life? Maybe because of my ego, prejudice, or bias, anger, stupidity or greed. So we carry those kind of things. And then because of them, we suffer ourselves. And then we give trouble to others. Right? That is the reality of our everyday life. So in other words, the Pure Land Buddhism, Pure Land teaching, showing the perfect bliss or Pure Land kind of ideals, and then give us a chance to look at ourselves humbly or deeply, right? So one example is when we hear the teaching of Pure Land, kind of free from prejudice, ego bias, and then we can look at our ruler scale within ourselves. Is it really true or reliable, right? And then our judgment, discernment, measurement, right? For other things, people, things around us, are they really, okay? So this is how this teaching gradually or practically changed the way how we think or how we see things. When more people live with such a humble or kind of careful attitude, everyday life, right? Guided by the guidance from the Pure Land, I'm sure there are less conflicts, fights in this world. And then that is how Jodo Shinshu Buddhism, changes us, practically here and now. Right? So this teaching, right, when we end this life, we attain birth in the Pure Land, and then we become Buddha. So it sounds like I'm just talking about the future, or maybe just talking about after we die. But maybe this is just one part, one kind of face of, like a one face of a coin. Of course, there is another important aspect of Jodo Shinshu that is working here and now. This world, this life is not Pure Land yet. But I, or each of you, receiving guidance from the Pure Land here and now, so that we can change ourselves or we can improve our everyday life. So today we are conducting Shotsuki monthly memorial service. I said, so this is the occasion we remember our loved ones who passed away before us. But again, at the same time, they also think of us. They try to give us a guidance. So we have a monthly memorial service that is kind of chance, occasion for us to remember, be reminded of that kind of guidance from the Pure Lands, or from the our loved ones now who become a Buddha. And then Eitaikyo service, right? So that kind of, this is just one example of what kind of guidance, benefit do we receive from this teaching. There are many other guidance, wonderful benefits, spiritual benefit we receive from this teaching. And then our temple is the main place where we can receive that kind of guidance, benefit, treasure. So this Eitaikyo service, we re-acknowledge the importance of this place, and then we reaffirm our kind of, try to support this place so that, more people in this community come here and listen to the Dharma. And then also in the future generations, they can also encounter this teaching and then receive the great benefit, spiritual treasure at this place. So that we kind of, try to support this temple for many years. So again, thank you very much for joining today's service. I'd like to close my message reading the passage of Amida Kyo one more time. If you can, please put your palms together. Shariputra, why is that land called perfect bliss? It is because the people of that land experience no suffering. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namanda Butsu. Namanda Butsu. Namanda Butsu. Namanda Butsu. Namanda Butsu. Thank you very much. Take care. Bye.
Thank you, Reverend Kuwahara, for your Dharma message and for officiating today's service. We are grateful and do appreciate your taking the time to come to Enmanji to participate in this service to make it a virtual reality at our temple, bringing the attention to the challenges during this extraordinary time of the COVID pandemic and the nearly statewide devastating wildfires. Thank you, Sensei. In addition, our appreciation and thank you go out to the other individuals who have come to participate and to prepare in advance for today's service. Daryl Yagi for the Kansho ringing, Yobupang, and attention to our Onaijin. Larry Ono for the Onaijin flowers and osanai. Kevin Iwamura for his music and his creative videotaping and editing talents. And to Diane Ono for the attention given to the necessary COVID precautionary safety measures in our Hondo. And to each of you, thank you for joining us online for our October Shotsukihoyo service and our Eitaikyo memorial service. Until such time we may all come together again, please continue to stay well and be safe. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Before we close, for those who may be interested, donations are gratefully accepted by check or credit card by visiting our website at enmanjitemple.com. A grateful thank you to all. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida. Namo.